So it's asking me for the secant of theta if theta ends at point -4, -7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph -4, -7, and that would be a point right here. And then I'm going to connect that point with the origin, which is 0, 0, and connect that point to the x-axis, okay? Not the y-axis, the x-axis. And then theta always comes out of the center right here. So now we've got that you have -4 and -7. Now I disregard the signs except for plotting the point. Plotting the point, location matters, just like with real estate, location matters, right? So, but I just put a 4 here on this triangle and a 7 here. Everybody get that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at all students take calculus to figure out the rest. Do you remember all students take calculus? We'll go over that again, okay? So I need to find the hypotenuse. It's just a simple Pythagorean theorem. 4 squared plus 7 squared equals c squared.
Yeah.
16 plus 49 equals c squared. What is that, 65?
Mm-hmm.
Equals c squared. So this is the square root of 65. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the secant is the reciprocal of who? Who is secant the flip of?
Sine. No, cosine.
Cosine. So cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. Now we have to figure out the sign, positive or negative, not sine S-I-N, but sine S-I-G-N. So if all students take calculus, tangent is the only positive guy there in that quadrant. So this guy has to be negative because he's not tangent or cotangent.
Okay.
So when I'm plotting this point, I go over √3, which is not far because it's like 1.73. And then I go down -5, which is way down here. And I put my point, right? And then I connect the dots with there. So I have a triangle that attaches straight up to the x-axis and to the origin. And theta always comes out of here over the center. It always comes out of the center. Well, I'm going to use the signs this time, and I'll show you how it works with the signs. So this is √3, and this is -5. Everybody understand that?
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you that the hypotenuse is always positive every time. And the reason being is because when I do square root of 3 squared plus -5 squared, remember when we have a negative number, we have to put it in parentheses. Otherwise, you're going to get the wrong answer. That's why I don't like using negative, because a lot of kids will make that mistake. Square root of 3 squared is 3. -5 squared is 25. And this is the square root of 28. Which is 2√7. And the reason that is that 28 is 2 times 2 times 7, and I can pull 1, 2 out. So it's 2√7. So I'm going to put that over here as the hypotenuse. And the secant, again, is hypotenuse over adjacent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the hypotenuse is 2√7 over the adjacent is √3. This is a little uglier, right? What can't you have in the basement?
A radical.
A radical. So we multiply, I'm going to change color here, by √3 and √3, and that is going to be 2√21 over 3 is the answer. Because √7 and √3 is 21, √21, and √3 and √3 is 3. Now we have to decide on a sign. All students take calculus. So who's positive in this quadrant?
Cosine
and
sine.
And secant. Okay? On your unit circle, let's do this. On your unit circle, all means all. Students means sine and its cousin cosecant. Take means tangent and its cousin cotangent, okay? And calculus is cosine and secant. Those are the positive guys. So everybody else is negative. Does that help a little bit?